Hey everybody, this is Sonia with Melanin Goddess Life. I hope you guys are having an awesome day today. I hope you're going out and doing something fun and exciting. I know in my neck of the woods the weather is awesome. Well, today's video is going to be about a very popular topic when it comes to manifestation and spell work. And that is manifesting love, manifesting a partner to you, manifesting a husband, things of that nature. I believe that of all the type of manifestation work or spell work that I hear people wanting to do, I think love is number one. Money is a very, very close second, or they may just kind of be even, but definitely love. And I'm going to go a little bit further and say that the biggest demographic of people that are trying to manifest love is usually women. That's not to say that there aren't men out there trying to manifest the love of their life. It's just that you encounter more women trying to manifest love, and it just is what it is. So this video is kind of going to be geared towards my ladies. However, this information is for everyone, so just take from it what you need and leave the rest. So we're going to talk specifically about why your love work may not be working. And you may be a little bit surprised at the reasons that I'm going to give. I think I have maybe 3 reasons, maybe 4, but I know it's for certain 3 reasons why your love work may not be working. And I'm going to try to do them in the order of importance. There's only 3. But the number 1 reason is probably going to shock you. Okay. The number 3 reason that your love work may not be working, maybe you're not using the correct tools or the proper spells or the proper manifestation tools to manifest love. For me personally, the tool that I use is candle energy. So I use the element of fire to manifest with, so that is usually my go-to. However, I do incorporate other spiritual tools into that. I look at the phases of the moon, and I definitely incorporate astrology into my manifestation work. And that's not to say that those tools are going to always be the appropriate tools that I'm going to use to manifest love. It may resonate on my spirit, or I may read some information or see another video or speak with another practitioner that may have another technique that resonates with the situation that I'm having at the time. So you have to be open to using different techniques to manifest love. Everything is not going to be like a one-stop shop for everything. Just because you manifested love using a candle before and it's worked with you before does not necessarily mean this situation warrants a candle. Maybe it warrants an actual spell. Maybe it warrants someone else doing the work for you. Sometimes when we're manifesting love, I think we can be a little bit too invested in it. Now, I know that sounds kind of crazy, like yes, we should be invested in it, but sometimes we may be a little bit too emotionally invested in the work that we're doing, and we may need someone else to do the work for us. So you always have to be open to different techniques and different ways of manifesting love. The number 2 reason I think that one of the 2 reasons that your love work is not working is it's not your season. It is simply not your season. I know sometimes, we are human beings. And for me, my personal belief is that we are divinely made to be coupled with someone. Now, that doesn't necessarily mean you have to be married to someone in the traditional sense. You could have a lifelong partner without marriage. You can be married. Whatever the happiness looks like to you, that's for you. But I do divinely believe that we are made to be with someone, and we are made for companionship. So that's just a natural thing to want to be coupled with someone. And we have that feeling at different points in our lives, and especially as you get older, you definitely want to grow old with someone. However, as there is a season for everything, there is a season for love. And sometimes I feel that we are operating out of our love season. What I mean by that is, if you have emotional work, spiritual work, old traumas that you need to heal for yourself, that to me is not the divine time to try to manifest love. Simply because you're not in alignment the way you should be. Now, of course, no one is going to be absolutely perfect and absolutely whole at any time in their lives. However, there are certain things that you need to work through to make sure that you are as whole as you can be, that your heart is as open as you can be, and that you can be the best person that you can be to manifest the best person for you. So you have to make sure that your timing is right. And I'm going to use my own personal story as an example. Okay, so probably about I'm going to say roughly 3 or 4 years ago, I started to do a lot of work on myself, particularly a lot of spiritual work on myself, because I had come to the realization that there was some things that I needed to heal about myself that I had been avoiding, that I had tried to fool myself into believing didn't affect me and how I operated in relationships. So I started to do a lot of healing work for myself. And, you know, I always say we're always a work in progress. So we are always evolving. We're always learning. So there's never going to be a time that you're going to get to a point in your life where you just know everything. That's not how you should operate. Your mind should always be opening and always changing and reinventing yourself. So fast forward, I did my work, continue to do my work, and I'm in a good place in my life. And I decided, you know, I was ready to be in a relationship, because during that process of me working on myself, I consciously chose not to be in a relationship, because I did not want to be distracted from my work, and that was just my choice on how I wanted to do that. But I got to the point where, you know, I wanted to be in a relationship, whatever. So I decided I was going to manifest myself a relationship. Now, in my mind, I was ready for the relationship. But in the universe's mind, I was not quite ready. So I decided I was going to do my candle work. I was going to do a consult with the moon phases. And what I did was, with any type of manifestation work that I do, I normally consult with my natal chart and my transit chart, particularly my transit chart, trying to see where the planets are in my chart and where I'm going to have the best success for manifestation. Because with astrology, it basically breaks down to the planets letting you know when there's times and areas that you may have challenges, and areas and times in when you are going to have the best energy behind you to do something. So I usually consult with my transit chart. I looked at my chart and I looked at the 7th house, which is the house of marriage and partnerships. And in that transit of the 7th house, there were no planets in that house. So there was no planets. And typically what that means is there's no energy in that particular area. It's not a good thing. It's not a bad thing. It's just a neutral thing. It could go either way. But you don't have the energy behind you because there's no planets there. And you also have to look at what planets are in there too. That plays a factor. But because I had no planets in that 7th house during that time, I didn't have any energy behind it. Now, realistically, if I had just looked at this logically instead of emotionally, I would have never done the work. But because I was looking at it emotionally, I pushed forward with the manifestation. So I did the candles, I did my spiritual bath, I did everything that I was supposed to do in order to manifest. And I lit the candle. Now, I will tell you this candle burned so fast. I had never really had a candle burn out that fast. And as fast as it burnt out, it burnt completely black from the top to the bottom. There was, and I kept looking at it and watching it and wondering, okay, maybe it'll clear up, because you know, sometimes you'll have some blockages at certain points in your candle work, if there's blockages. And I kept thinking, okay, so it's going to clear up, it's going to clear up, and it never cleared up. So it was black all the way through, which we all know that means this is not gonna happen. You shouldn't have never wasted your time. You wasted a candle, you wasted your energy, because this was something that was not for me. And at that moment, I snapped into my logical, practical self, and I said, your transit chart told you that this wasn't the time. And that's what I mean about making sure you're in your season to manifest. I wasn't in my season. Now, what I did realize was I should be doing some self-love work. I should be manifesting self-love to me. I should be manifesting beautiful, wonderful things that come to me that make me happy, and to learn how to love myself more. That would have been the more appropriate love work for me to do, as opposed to trying to manifest this partner. And it's not to say that I wasn't ready for him. It's just the universe says it's not time. And if you would just wait until it was time, when we finally send that person to you, it's going to be everything and more that you wanted. So please wait until the divine time. Figure out, are you divinely in the time that you're supposed to be in? Okay. The last reason that your love work may not be working, and this is the most important reason right here. And I know some people are not going to want to hear this. I know you're not going to want to hear it, but I would be remiss not to share this with you. Now, let me premise this. A lot of times when women want to do love work, they typically already have someone in mind for this particular work. Because when you can manifest love, when you can do it in certain ways, like if you're not in a relationship but you're ready for one, so you're trying to manifest a new partner with you, or you're doing love work because you're already in a relationship and you're trying to strengthen the relationship, or you could be doing love work with someone that you may have just met, or you've been dating and you're trying to move the relationship along. Typically, you know, that's the scenario, is you're in a relationship with someone and you're trying to move the relationship along, whether you want a deeper commitment, whether you want marriage, or whatever the situation is. And it also could be at the beginning of a relationship and you're just trying to move the relationship along. But typically there is an object of the affection already there. If this is the case, you already have someone in mind, whatever degree of the relationship that you're in, and you're trying to move the relationship along to make it a little bit stronger or a little bit deeper, or move it into the realm of marriage, or you know, a deeper commitment, or whatever it is. Your love work may not be working because the object of your affection has to be in love with you. At best, the person has to have some type of genuine affection and attraction for you in the romantic sense. I know some people don't want to hear that, but it's the truth. You can't manipulate someone to love you if they don't love you, or at least they don't have a genuine affection for you. Now, I will say this. You can manifest anything. So I'm going to kind of like correct that last statement. Even if the person does not love you, let's just say that they haven't reached that point in the relationship with you and they don't love you, you know, in the sense that you want them to love you. You could definitely do manifestation work with that relationship to move it along to that person loving you. And it could possibly work. The problem with that is, if it does work, more than likely it's going to be temporary. It's not going to last. And it's not going to last because this person never had a genuine affection for you. This person never had that love for you in the beginning. So at this point, you somewhat manipulated the person's feelings into feeling this way about you, but it probably won't last. So what you'll end up having to do is you'll continue to have to do the work to keep this person in love with you. And in all honesty, you don't want love like that. You want someone that genuinely loves you. You want someone that feels that way about you on their own. You don't want to have to manipulate anyone to do that. So love work only works if the person loves you. It only works if the person has a genuine affection for you. They may not necessarily love you yet, but they have a genuine caring for you. It's going in that direction of love, and you want to push it along. You want to strengthen it. You want to elevate it. You want to give life and energy to it, and manifestation work and spell work can help with that. But it can't help if the person doesn't love you in the beginning. And I know that's kind of hard to hear, and some people may not even agree with me, and that's okay, because we're entitled to believe what we want to believe. But for me, the person does have to have a genuine affection for you. The person does have to, at best, we would love for them to go ahead and love us, and now we just want to take it to the next level. But if they don't, then your love work is not going to work. And even if it does, it's going to be temporary. And you don't want to have to manipulate anyone into loving you. You deserve better than that. So, with that being said, those are the 3 reasons why you may be having a little bit of trouble with your love work. And again, take what you need and leave the rest for someone else. And speaking of take what you need, if you are in need of customized manifestation candles or ritual candles, please visit my store at Etsy.com. My store is Melanin Goddess Life, and I can customize manifestation candles for you in any area of your life. Also, if you need any metaphysical tools,